Hey YouTube, it's Wisconsin Shoe Guy here. Today I'm here to talk to you about a pair of Herring Lakenheath. This is a Goodyear welted shoe made in Europe. It says in the EU, but I'm pretty sure these are made in Portugal. This is a leather upper, Goodyear welted. You can take a look. It's a double sole, but the midsole on this one is on the thin side. And this really uniform burgundy color. And uniform is the first clue that this shoe is corrected grain. I did a top grain versus full grain video, and this is the one that I used. And you can see if you look really carefully at the creasing. Here, let me change the focus there a little bit. You can see how it creases like that. That is a sign of corrected grain. Corrected grain is a coating that they put over the top of it. Now this is on the high quality side, so it doesn't look like plastic, but it doesn't shine quite right either. And you can see there's a little bit, you can see I put my heel on top of my toe, and so I have that. I can use a deer bone and smooth that out. It's just a leather blemish, but or I could put wax in it and cover it up. But that's tricky when you're working with corrected grain. So this is an example of a good way of using that type of leather, and they did a nice job with this. This is a really well structured, well made shoe, and it's on the very inexpensive side. I think I spent these were on sale. I think they were about $100 at herringshoes.com or .co.uk. I'm not really sure which. But this is a great brand. They're manufactured in the EU, and they don't cut corners. If you look at the lining here, this is really solid leather. And on both sides, you look at the thickness. They have that little mid piece, so they have this piping around the outside, and that is in between a piece of full grain leather on the outside, or in this case, I believe it's top grain when it's correct grain usually. And then there's this thick leather lining, which you can see. But if you feel it, it feels soft, it feels good. Even the corrected grain piece feels good. It's just very uniform. What top grain means is they have the piece of leather, which, as you know, is like a skin, and they just shave off the top level, which has all the wrinkles and all that other stuff on it, and so you have a piece underneath, which is very uniform. They dye it, and here you go. Now that's a gross oversimplification, but let's talk about these shoes. These are plain toe bluchers, so this piece here is sewn on, but this is all one piece of leather. Like most PTBs, this one has a tongue that is sewn on as well. Strap in the back here that covers the seam, so they don't have to do the seam as carefully as they would like on a pair of Holcuts or Oxfords. But they just sew these on, and it's an open facing derby. They call it a blucher because these pieces are sewn on here and don't go all the way to the back. It is a classic style of shoe. Probably the most famous pair of plain toe bluchers are the Church's Shannon, which are also in bookbinder leather or corrected grain. So this is designed to be a great shoe to wear in the rain. It's basically impervious to the elements, and you simply brush it off. You don't really need to polish it at all. It just, you do a little brushing, and it comes to this nice basic shine, which is usually quite good enough. So these are my beater shoes that I'll wear in terrible conditions when I have to. As those of you who've watched my channel a while know, I'll pretty much wear anything because it's okay to beat up your shoes if they're good shoes. So again, I think that they're discontinued. The Lakenheath is actually now replaced with the Lakenheath 2. But same general idea. It's probably on a different last. I don't know exactly why they renamed it, but these were probably list priced at around 150 pounds. Again, I got them for significantly less, but definitely worth that price. And I'm just super happy that I got the price that I did. Now, let's take a look at these trees. This is a herring tree, and this is a big honkin' tree, which is great because these are big honkin' shoes. And this is looks to be either limewood or beechwood. can't really tell. I'm sure that somebody will tell me in the comments, but you can see the grain on it, and very good. It is completely unfinished. So it, and I don't mean not sanded, it's sanded beautifully, but it is completely absorbent. So it does a great job, and this is my default. If I have a pair of shoes that's a little on the big side, I'll use this because it gives them a nice stretch. So this is Wisconsin Shoe Guy, and I'm out. Thanks for watching.